right as we go live, Gus wants to make a fuss. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Side Dish. It's me, Doug. With me, as always, is Amy and Denise, and Gus and Piper and Jack. And tonight we're going to make corn fritters. I thought about making cornbread, which we will eventually make too, but I was going to do both. And then he was like,
I asked him if he was going to just make the Jiffy cornbread.
Yeah, no, we're not going to make Jiffy cornbread when we do it. We'll make it from scratch. But I wanted to show you my new.
Oh, let me.
I got a butane little stove here. This one should be able to boil water, but we're going to be frying the fritters in there, and so I want to have it. Right now, I've already got it on, and I'm hovering temperature right now around 350 around the whole stuff here, and that's where we want to be when you're frying like this. This is a fish spatula. It's very awesome for flipping these types of things. So get yourself one of these, and
it's good for flipping delicate things.
Yes, crab cakes, fish. I'm hoping corn fritters. We'll see. Fairly simple recipe to put together. It's total of 35 minutes. So when you get your stuff going, we've got some pulled pork going in the Instant Pot. Once that's done, then we're going to have sandwiches, and this is a side. So housekeeping. Thanks for everybody for coming. Remember, if you haven't liked and subscribed, if you haven't subscribed, do that right now. Stop what you're doing, go do it. Then come back, and then we'll continue. No, we're good. Then hit like, because the likes help us. I don't know why. I know they do. YouTube. So, first thing you're going to do is we're going to take, I need a third of a cup of green onions. I'm just going to call it 3, and we'll see if that's too much. If it is, we add a little bit more. But I figure once we cut the ends off, remember, it's spring. You can plant these green onions all year. This is, they say thinly sliced all the way through. So make sure that you take that into account. You don't want to have big chunks because it's going to make like a fritter batter, and that you don't want to have like super big chunks in it. So you want to just sort of blow that. So yeah. What else is going on? This week was weird. So it's over. And now we're doing this.
Moving on.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I watched a movie this week. It's Nobody. It's got Bob Odenkirk in it, which you're like, well, what is it, funny? Well, no. It's like the guy who wrote John Wick also wrote this movie. It's basically about the guy, it's sort of like a lower end John Wick, where you have a guy his house gets broken into, and
This sounds familiar.
Kicks off a whole thing. Nobody dies or anything like that, but then
no dogs die.
No. If you like kick-ass movies and things where there's some beat 'em up and some witty dialogue and stuff like that, yeah, watch it.
I don't know who that person is.
He's a comedian, and
Give me a reference.
I don't know. Well, you know.
I need to Google him.
Yeah, I would Google him.
Odenkirk.
He is. He's in Better Call Saul. He was in. Once you see him, you'll recognize him. So that was a pretty good movie. What else did I watch this week? I see some of you who have Plex took my recommendation to watch Prodigal Son. I hope you're enjoying that. We were rewatching Deep Space Nine, so that's pretty good. We are seeing people again. I mean, it's like normal.
Yeah.
It's like normal life. We're going to brunch tomorrow. So that's crazy. I went golfing today and golfed pretty good. So all in all, the weekend is way better than anything else this week. So again, I just thinly chop that. Now, if you wanted to go smaller, just dice it up a little bit more. I don't think you need to. Okay. So I want to do that, and then we need a half cup. I'm going to move that to the side. And we need a half cup of cheddar cheese, shredded. So I cut a little off so you don't have to watch me awkwardly shred cheese.
What? That's the fun part.
I don't have a 5-pound block, so that's really a thing of, spring has definitely sprung, except for today. It's sort of cooled back down and we got weird weather. So
Spring in Nevada. That's how
right.
it is.
I was in Carson City today golfing, and it was
They had a winter storm warning.
yeah. So you never know. That's way more than a half cup. But I make a lot of some as we're making this, and maybe when you're done, they're all hot. You can maybe drizzle some on the top and make it a little.
Gilt the lily. I like it.
Yeah, a little. So, all right. I'm gonna try and. I don't think I need that anymore. So I have 3 cups of. This is canned corn drained. It's getting to corn season, so use fresh if you can find it. You can also
Not yet. It's knee high by the 4th of July.
You will see corn coming out.
Yeah, but not from here.
Okay. She's correct. But this is 2 regular cans of corn. It's right around 3 cups. So just keep that in mind when you're measuring. If you are going to use frozen corn, which you can, just thaw it first.
And drain it.
Yeah. Because you don't want, if it's frozen and it goes into the batter and it hits hot oil, you're gonna be like, ah! And then you have to wear a mask, and instead of Phantom of the Opera, you'll be like Phantom of the Kitchen, and maybe it's got a little chef hat on one side. I don't know.
Like a little fascinator chef done.
Yeah, exactly. Just one side, just part of it. So it's,
You read too many comic books, I think.
Well, that is a known fact. So. All right, so the 3 cups of corn, and then 1 cup of AP flour. You can, if you wanted to go gluten-free on this, just use a 1-to-1 gluten-free flour for all purpose. Yeah, totally gluten-free. So mix that together, and what else? Oh, there's a little bit of sugar. What's we got here? 1 teaspoon. More of it just makes it sweet. It's gonna make it sweeter. It's not like to make it super sweet, right?
I have a weird thing that I've seen on TV.
Yes.
Well, because I have had to watch commercials recently. There's this long commercial about almond milk, and they're calling it the milk of the land.
Yeah, I saw that.
It is
1 teaspoon of baking powder. Not baking soda, baking powder.
It's catchy, but it's weird.
Well, I mean, people have been talking about oat milk, and I don't know. I mean, is oat milk good? I mean, it seems like
there's a lot of recipes that use oat milk now.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them. So, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to actually, instead of guess at it, I'm just going to do it. See, I know. Who am I? Guess, not guessing. And then 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, because salt makes things taste better, especially like baked goods. It can make sweet things taste more sweet. So this is going to make this maybe taste more corny.
Buttery.
And let's see. So I need to add all of that dry together. A little bit of whisk. Everything.
Oh my gosh. So did you see on Instagram that Tony posted a picture of her baby whisk?
I did not.
Tiny whisk.
Baby whisk. And then I need a 1/2 cup of milk. I was
going to say that's looking pretty dry.
I need, and we need also 2 eggs. So I'm going to make sure that milk is milk and not anything else. And then we're going to fry after we do this. Okay, add the eggs and the milk and stir until a thick batter forms. How many eggs? 2 eggs. Oh, yeah.
Did I tell you about the eggs at Sherry's? I went out and collected the eggs when I was over there.
Chickens, right?
Yeah. And she has like these really little petite chickens, and they have the cutest little eggs. They're like a peachy color. They're so cute.
I thought she's only vegetarian or not? Or I thought she was.
She doesn't eat them. She said I can bring some home next time, and she gives them to her neighbor.
Oh.
These are like rescue chickens. You know, she rescues everything.
Well, that's true. All right, I'm going to get a spoon.
They're pretty cute, though.
I want to break this up. And then again, we're looking to make a batter here. This is not unknown to us. It's called corn fritters, so they're going to be pretty corn forward. If you don't like corn, don't make these. But I've only known a few people in my life who don't like corn.
Kristen hates
Yeah.
corn.
That's what it's thinking of her
So weird.
specifically.
What a weird
And
thing
there's
to not like.
Yeah, it's like un-American. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to add in the third of a cup of green onions. So I'm going to keep some of these out because you can add them to a little. We're going to make some chipotle mayo honey mixture for the dipping. But you can also like have some sour cream, make an aioli, make a really nice simple garlic, maybe lemon aioli, and then have it with the green onions. It'll be really good. So, and again,
Or you could use them as garnish.
you could use them as garnish. Be sure again to wait. How much do I need? Did I say what I need here? Half cup. I did say. I'm not insane for grabbing a half cup. Just say that. Make sure we're good. How is everyone? Are we got more people online today? Good.
In New York, you can get quote unquote fresh corn on the cob in their store all the time. I think we can too. Who knows where it comes from though?
It's South America.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna guess. And oat milk is everywhere.
All right, so now we need to look at this because I think.
And Jan was watching your movie.
Oh yeah.
Whatever it was.
Nobody.
Nobody.
I told Sarah and Randy about it last night, and I noticed they started watching.
No, maybe not that. The movie you recommended, was it nobody?
Nobody.
No.
Prodigal Son. That's what Shannon was watching.
Oh, I was watching that too.
So.
I don't know if I like it.
I like it. Okay. So now I've got the oil heated. As we're going to drop this in, I'm going to boost the heat up.
Are you going to use a scoop?
2 tablespoon size mounds is what they're saying we should do.
It's like the littlest scoop we have?
I guess. Hold on, we gotta have it.
Nice. Very smooth.
Oh my God, where'd we go?
Hold on, we come from downstairs. Not as good that time?
You can't. Well, it just didn't make sense. I suppose elevators are right next to
I think that's
staircases.
about the right size we want.
Ooh, I think that's too big. Is there a smaller one?
No.
Yeah, there is.
No, this is a small one.
No.
24. I think it is.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. No, that is. Oh, wait. You think this is? I don't. That's too small. That's more.
Too small.
That's too small. But we have. Maybe this one's right in the middle.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah. It pays to have a number of scoops.
So not only was there a smaller one, there were 2 smaller ones.
Listen, I looked with my eyes, but this one is dirty, so now I have to clean it so that we're.
There was a suggestion that we could just do half of the first one, but come on, we got the right tools. Oh, hey now.
Oh,
He wants the bigger one.
they are.
Gus is
Yeah.
putting his 2 cents in.
He definitely is putting his 2 cents in. I don't know. Maybe it's.
That
fine.
looks pretty loose.
But we're gonna find out. If we need to.
And
add
the first one never works out.
Yeah.
So
So let's.
did you check your oil temp again to
Oh.
make sure?
Still 3 in the middle here. It's 350. So, but I am going to turn it up as we go here because it is going to go. So, and you're supposed to like flatten it out like that.
Okay. I
I'm going to
zoomed
let
in.
this thing go while that thing is doing its business.
Oh, sorry. I zoomed in.
That's okay.
Okay.
Take
we're good.
a half sheet pan, lay some paper towel on the bottom, and then have a cooling rack, and that's where you're going to put these.
Or newspaper or a
newspaper,
paper sack.
bag, whatever you've got. So I want to watch this because then once we start getting a few of these into test, then we're going to make our dipping sauce because then we can have them cool. Have some salt on hand because like anything that's good.
We're going to have that on warm so you
Oh,
can
that's
put
a
them
good
in
idea.
there.
Put your oven on warm so you can have, if you don't have an oven that's on warm, put it on the lowest setting it will go, which is a lot of ovens will get to 170, which is basically what this is doing. If you can just set it at 200, that's another one. So I actually probably won't use Well, you know what I didn't put in here?
What?
Did I put the salt in here?
Yes,
I did.
Yes.
It's been a long day, folks. My brain is not working 100%.
Well, you went golfing, but you actually wore sunscreen, it appears.
I did. Okay. Ooh, this is good.
Okay, I'm zooming in.
Okay, look at the bottom of that thing.
Yeah, I'm
Okay, so
impressed.
here's what I'm.
How are you going to do that without splashing?
Oh yeah. I think this may be a chew, like a
Or a fork. Maybe you need a fork.
this is why this is why we have a whole crew in here, folks. Speaking of that, so next week will be a pre-recorded episode, mostly because Amy and Denise will be out of town, and I made dinner plans with some friends at 6:30 on Saturday, which I thought it was on Friday, but we're going out to, what is that? It's churrasco, the Brazilian steakhouse.
Brazilian steakhouse.
It's like soup. Oh my god, these things.
Look how impressed you are
I
with
really-
yourself.
Like, I did not think I was going to do that because I thought the batter was way too loose.
But it was like perfect, huh?
Yeah.
So how long would you say per side there?
I wanna-
Not long, a minute?
No, maybe a minute. You want look at this golden brown color. Can you see that?
Yeah, they said I can smell how tasty that sucker is.
Yeah, it is. And then okay, so there's that. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
A
that's
little-
a great color.
right.
I love it.
So just put one over there. Again, we broke the mold, folks. The pancake mold is out the window because we did a really nice one there. I need to turn this down because it's a little bit hot now. But
So how many do you think are going to fit in that pan at a time?
I don't know. We're gonna try.
Three?
We're gonna try.
I wouldn't do more than 3.
And yeah, because it'll cool down too much. Yeah. And how big is that pan?
This is a 14-inch pan, I think.
No.
Yeah,
12?
maybe 12.
And how much oil was in there?
Half a cup.
Half a cup.
I would do 3. It's good.
Okay.
Good call. But again, it's super hot right now because the oil temp got up. So I'm actually going to, like I said, turn it down because the first one already, look how fast. It's
Ooh.
almost like funnel cake, how fast it browns.
You got your fork there so you're
I
not
did.
splashing? But it's not like sliding off the top as you're flipping it over. It's pretty solid on the top. Oh,
Yeah.
to get you?
Yeah. Yeah, I always get burned by these things, everyone. I mean, I'm reckless. True. Okay. There is, okay, now again, the corn is drained, but it has, water content in it. So that's why we're getting some of the splash up. But again, the dough is everything that's in here is, except for the green onions, is cooked, right? So, and it's the other is cheese and, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm super stoked about this.
You just don't want any raw flavor taste.
No,
Not
I
raw
don't think you're
flour
going to.
taste.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to because again,
Okay.
looking at that, it's really good. And I don't want that. I want that. This is kosher, or it's sea salt, but it's just a finer grain. So I think it'll. Yeah, a little dusty.
Oh,
That's all right. Cool.
I should have been zoomed over here.
It's-
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. Okay. Again, so you're done this preferential.
Preference.
That's what I said. So you can get these together pretty quickly. I mean, fry them up and go from there. Should we just keep frying and then I'll make
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Yee.
make a few more. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm doing just a little pat down here of it as I put it in. Because it says, because it'll be a ball if not. And I want it to be sort of
You want it flat
Flat.
out?
so. Safely do 3 in a 12-inch pan. do whatever size pan, whatever type pan. You could do it cast iron if you do, your stuff in cast iron. Yeah. Whew. Okay, you guys are just super happy to tune in and watch me get burned by oil the entire time. I'm sure there's a few of you out there who are delighted in my slight bit of uncomfortable. Okay. We're just gonna let these do it, and then while they're doing that, I'm gonna salt these.
We were talking about your precariously balanced tray on the sink there, and we're glad you moved it over.
You know what? I aim to please, and you know what? Since I can't see what anybody's saying, I have to. You just have to trust me that I know what I'm doing. Look at that.
So how many is this supposed to make?
Well, it makes 6 servings, but it doesn't say how big a serving is.
Oh, so however many you get, divide by 6.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would say. It doesn't, it's 274 kcals if you're looking per serving, so, figure that out for yourself. I need another bowl. I think that's all we need, right?
Yeah.
Is the trees blooming in your neck of the woods, or have they already bloomed? Or I've got lettuce out, unless the dogs have dug it up again, and and then I've also got some stuff started in the garage because that's my
Greenhouse.
my greenhouse right these days.
In New York, the trees are trying to
Who's in New
bloom.
York?
Your buddy,
Oh.
I don't know how to pronounce it, DEFIEXMC.
Okay. Well, that's good. Hi, Duffy. How are you?
If the weather would stop the nonsense. Amen.
It's crazy.
Everywhere.
Everywhere here too. The same thing. Like Northern Nevada, I mean, I'm sure we're not the only place that says this, but like if you want
Deefy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whatever.
Now we know.
Now we know. Now see, when you read something, but you never have to say it out loud.
There's that whole thing about like, don't make fun of people if they mispronounce a word because it means they learned it by reading.
Right.
Not that anyone was making fun of us, but
No.
now we know.
Correction. I get it. I like simple things like this. I love corn. Like corn is like one of my. I will just eat. So I think I inherited this from my father. One time, if my mom was out doing something and he was in charge of feeding himself, he would just eat like bowls of like canned vegetables, like peas with butter and salt and pepper, or corn, and that was it.
I just used to eat canned corn right out of the can.
Oh.
It's good.
I mean, I don't disagree.
That and a lot of fruit cocktail.
Yeah, you used to. I know you told me about the fruit cocktail. I'm just going to continue doing this, and then we're going to just have it. We're just going to jibber jab while we do it. So that way we can get this part out of the way, and I can get the hot oil away from my face. Do you guys have a favorite corn dish that is not a corn fritter? Yeah. I feel like maybe there's like an electrode, ooh.
Why don't you back up a
Well,
little?
because I have to be on the mat, and I don't want to. Anyway, what I was getting to, I feel like we have a little buzzer for the dogs for barking and stuff. And I feel like I'm getting that. Speaking of the devil, I heard their name. Oh man!
Hey, stop it!
This batter without with just, it kind of is a loose, like floaty batter, kind of like again, like I was saying, like funnel cake batter.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Have we made funnel cake on here? We did churros.
We did churros,
No
yeah.
problem.
But it was a disaster.
Listen, I like almost in my eye. I was almost blinded.
You should be waiting for the shield.
You should do. Next week you'll come in and I'll be like, well, it finally happened, everybody. I burned my eye out. I don't know how many. I think we're gonna get. Let's see, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Should you be putting those in the warm oven like you said you were going to?
Yeah. But I'm like, I'm gonna.
It's
When we
going
make the
pretty
sauce,
fast.
When I make the sauce.
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
Because I don't want them to get.
You're really entertaining folks with your weirdo.
I feel like a person has just like been let out and they're like, what is everything?
Today on cooking safety with Bookie.
There's a Bill Burr, the comedian. He's got some stuff I don't like, but there's this bit he's talking about dying on a plane, and the guy they have turbulence, and the guy sitting behind him goes, it's just like, and he's like, listen, guy, we all want us to do that, but we can't have a whole plane of people going, and it makes me laugh. So, okay, as you can see,
That's like when Terry and I get startled.
they made up a fake disease called hyper-startle syndrome.
Whatever.
It's
I
not
have it.
real.
Then how come I can watch you walk up to me and then you say something to me and it scares me?
Yesterday, in the mirror in our bathroom, like getting ready for bed, and she's brushing her teeth, and I walk up, like making big arm movements, and she looks up, looks in the mirror. and
DP
goes,
says it's real, and it is. I just Googled it. It's so real. And he has it too.
Well, I still think it's made up. I think you guys got online and petitioned the internet to make something happen. The only reason I say that is because the first person who ever said anything about it was my brother Terry, and he can't be trusted. So it's a lifetime of psychological abuse. So I'm kind of loopy right now because getting up early, we went to bed late, got up early, go play golf, and I didn't get a nap. And it's Saturday. I wish I got a nap.
I stayed up till
I know.
past midnight. I'm crazy.
You were on. You were doing crafting. I liked your Instagram post that you posted today. That was like, everybody liked my midnight pillow.
Yeah. Midnight quilting.
Oh, I should probably check the temperature. It feels like the temperature has dropped to a level that is not conducive. Yeah, it has. Again, this is the game we play when you're doing any kind of frying like this. So I was reading about this, and somebody asked in the comments of a couple of the recipes that these are based on. That like, I need my fork. Can you put these like in a deep fryer? And they said they would. A couple of people, a couple of recipes were like, I wouldn't because it's such a loose batter. The benefit of this is it gets to the surface of the pan right away, and it can sort of form. And congeal is not the right word, but I mean fry up so that the flour mixture gets to a consistency like it's all fried up, and then it doesn't fall apart. So. But again, like a pancake, right? You're gonna pour a pancake. You wouldn't. I don't think you would ever put a pancake batter with something just with this much oil. You could. I don't know why you wouldn't. Maybe why you couldn't. Now that the oil temperature is down, it's not popping nearly as much. So I won't.
Slightly less dangerous.
Only slightly. There's so much about this. Jack, what are you doing in my kitchen? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I was thinking about making Native American fry bread, and that is delicious with a taco. Those.
I thought we weren't supposed to say that anymore.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
First Nation.
First Nation
First Nation.
or indigenous.
Indigenous peoples.
Yeah. Trying to be respectful, I'm gonna guess here. We've probably got enough for 6 more at least. So
Keep going.
You want me to?
Yeah.
I can tell
You remember when I ate the Indian taco the size of my head?
I do. You sent me a postcard about it. When we first started dating, Amy went on vacation with her mom. And she sent me postcards. And she's like, Dear Doug, today I ate an Indian taco as big as my head.
It was
So,
delicious.
We used to go to
I think that was in Idaho.
the reservation. They would have something like a craft fair and stuff like that. Where they'd have Indian tacos. And they
Yeah.
so,
Oh yeah, that went over by the pepper mill.
okay. I'm really concentrating. I don't know why. All of a sudden I'm like,
Zapping again, popping again.
yeah, because the temperature is swinging very widely. Right now.
Do you think it's because of the thinger?
I think it's just, not as. I think we probably have the same problem over there.
Just the water content.
I can see the, the flame, and it doesn't look like it's fluctuating that
Yeah.
much. So
Okay. Flip this one. Woo. I also find it. Got me that time. But wildly different. I don't know what. I mean, some are getting bigger, some are smaller. Such as life.
somebody said we should have a counter in the corner so we can.
What degree of burn will I get by the end of this?
Good thing people aren't doing shots every time.
I know, you guys would be a little wasted if you did a shot. I didn't salt something. So. What?
Why did you choose to use the finer grain salt?
Because it will dissolve faster.
So you just wanted to like melt
Yeah,
into
I
there?
want to have- it's like when you take fries out too, right? Same.
Gotcha. It's okay.
I think again, I'm not sure what consistency I'm looking for, but I feel like a minute and a half per side. Again, nice and golden. They're not super thick, so you're gonna get exactly what you know. It should be. I'm betting they're gonna be pillowy. I think that's probably. Is that a good word? I think for this.
I don't know. Jan says it's like your mom making fried chicken. Does she mean the jumping around because of the oil
Yeah.
or the over salting?
Probably both, but it's probably the jumping around. I made fried chicken the other night. I took apart a whole chicken, and for some reason I double battered it, which I was trying something out. But I'm kidding you.
They
Some
were
of
huge.
the pieces of chicken. Now this was a big chicken. I don't know why it was so big, but the breast, like I didn't cut it in half, and I swear to God, when it was done, it was like this big. Like it was ridiculous.
Looked like a
looking.
football.
It was ridiculous looking. It was really good though. I was really really surprised how good it was because I haven't made. Amy really doesn't like fried chicken, so I don't get to make it at home very much.
You can make it. I just don't want to eat it. I don't stop you.
That's true. That's what it's about. I love fried chicken.
I'll just march around the house bitching about how it stinks of oil, but
Yeah.
whatever.
See what's going through here. All right. We're gonna do a few more here. What do we got? Let's make sure our oil is at sort of temperature. It's too high.
Okay, let's make the sauce.
Yeah, I'm gonna do these three and then we're gonna make the sauce.
Okay.
Where they gotta go? They tuned in for this. We're not even at 40 minutes yet, so we're ahead of schedule. Once I do this, I'm gonna put the ones in the oven, and then I'll use the rest afterwards.
Okay.
Okay. You have the recipe, I don't.
Ah, let me tell you. Let me put the recipe up. All right, a half a cup of mayo.
1/2 cup of mayo. You don't like mayo? We've already been over this. Yeah. We need to chop the chipotle.
A 1/4 cup of honey. Now we have that smoked honey.
Yeah,
You're
but-
not going to use that because of the chilies.
Yeah,
Be too much.
I think so. I think
Yeah, Amy does clean up. That's why he dirties every dish he can.
I've been trying to be pretty good about it.
You are. You've definitely gotten better.
You know that the other thing, like if you don't want green onions, if you wanted a more like pronounced onion, I bet like a regular onion and corn fritter would be really good too. But I bet you a green onion would be just as good.
Yeah.
Red onion would probably be good.
Ooh, yeah.
And actually, I lied because I usually do clean up when you cook, but on these nights, Denise cleans up.
Yeah. So we need a 1/4 cup of honey.
So I shouldn't take credit. Yeah. You should just use that 1/2 cup and only fill it halfway, and it might slide out easier because it had mayo in it before.
Maybe.
I was going to say, that's a weird way to do it.
That's roughly. Hey, what are we doing? We're guessing. We guess about the recipes. Ask me what time I decided on making corn fritters today. About 4 o'clock. So, you know, I had other things on my mind, like golfing mediocrity today. So,
Well, we were going to make Hasselback
yeah,
potatoes, but we changed our mind.
I don't know if that's really entertaining. Watching me cut a potato, then frying it up or baking it.
Okay, 1.5 teaspoons minced chipotle chili in adobo sauce.
Does it want you to have some of the adobo sauce in it?
Nope, it doesn't say to.
Oh, man. If you don't cook with chipotle peppers with an adobo sauce, it's really good. Amy just made like a mayo with like a, what was it, half mayo, half this or something like that.
It had 2 of those in it, and
But
it was like a 1/2 cup of mayo.
it was
No
really,
honey.
I'm gonna turn this off. That way it's not a catastrophe. I got a little escaped corn there. I'm sure that's safe. What I just did.
Flick.
It's fine. Nobody's dead. Nobody's on fire. I'm only slightly singed. I'm fine.
Did Piper take that toy away from Gus?
She usually does.
But
Okay. And
But I love her.
how much do I need?
Gus.
And
I'm sorry,
how much?
1.5 teaspoons. I do 1.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. But-
No, I do 2 because I did 2 on that other stuff and it was good.
It seems to be more difficult to get out of the jar than
Why
I
don't you
was,
use a fork?
because the fork I need to
Fork?
use in the future.
Too late for a new
Future.
fork.
I know that sounded ominous. That sounded way more ominous than
Okay.
the future. That is the future fork. Minced.
Minced.
You could probably get the seeds out of it if you wanted to. but
No.
That's where some of the good heat is. That's the best thing. We made that mayo. What did we make it as a dipping sauce for?
I can't remember.
But it's so good because it's like you get the real good creaminess of the mayo, and
Yeah, you put it on a lot of other stuff.
I did. I put on. Oh, it was something for Easter. We made it.
Oh, the carrots.
That's right. We were trying to be.
We had like carrot fries essentially.
That's right. They're actually real good. You might see that in a future episode of the side dish. Okay. And now just mix.
Yep.
Okay.
And sing.
La, 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 la.
Oh, you're funny.
I'm a goober.
How's it taste?
Hold on. I want you to incorporate.
It probably should have a little salt, but taste it first.
I bet you it's going to be like a sweet heat.
That's what they call me.
Sweet heat?
Yep.
What? Who calls you that? I've known you for a long time, and I've never heard one person call you that. So I think
Sweet heat.
I think
See?
I think Amy calls herself Sweet Heat when nobody's around. You got this, Sweet Heat.
I'm going to now.
I'll be in my office probably working, and I'll hear her out here. You got this, Sweet Heat.
That's gonna be my morning pep talk.
Oh yeah,
That the
That's
adobo
really
gets you on the
good.
back of the throat.
exactly. You get the creaminess, and then the sweet, and then you get a little bit of you get the heat on the back end. So that's delightful.
Okay, try it with the fritter.
You like your heat on the back end, Denise? Is that what you said?
Usually not, no.
You're right. That was.
Oh.
Let's do that cross section here. Oh,
Ooh. Okay, let's zoom in.
I was worried.
Nice.
but
It's
really
pretty.
good, and it's got
Little sponge.
yeah. Oh man, I wish you guys were all here so you could have. Oh, what's going on with this?
I think you could use sour cream too. Sour cream and honey and yeah,
Oh yeah.
top notch.
The honey really brings out the sweetness of the corn. But then
Take
there's-
a bite. You should have, you should have taken a bite without any sauce first.
oniony, good corn. It's really good mouthfeel. It's great. These
don't
are
say
great. You
that.
should definitely make these. Like, yeah, it's really, really good. We're gonna have them. I'm gonna have a little bit more of the sauce with this really good too. Okay, well,
We did it.
we did it. Thank you for staying around for the tomfoolery and watching me fry a number of fritters and getting burnt. So I'm glad that was entertaining for you. Like I said, next week we won't be live, but we will be going. We'll still have an episode up on the 24th. No, today's the 24th, the 31st, and then after that we'll be back. So with that, we love you very much. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Remember, be kind, be loyal, and do something nice for somebody this week. We love you. Bye.